So VDD Toys has a whole new batch of blasters out. Going to go over their HK-416 with you guys today. Pretty similar to what we've seen with other HK-416s out there. Just, some different color variations, some different accessory combinations. But it's always interesting to see when we actually fire it and test the FPS where it ends up, because you just never know till we do that. So let's check it out. All right, so everything you see here, including the safety glasses, are what comes with it. So we'll just get those out of the way right away. Of course, wear some sort of eye protection, right, guys? Make sure you're keeping your eyes safe. Okay, everything else is included. We are talking about gel beads, of course, right? Give you one big pack and a couple 500s. If you're new to this, start with a 500. Now, soaking these properly is super important. There's three things you need to consider: time, space, and water. So make sure you are using a large enough container for these. You're using plenty of water, and you're giving them plenty of time, 4 to 6 hours to soak. At that point, there should be room left over in the container and water left over. And then you can be sure they got 7 to 8 millimeters, because they can only get that big. They can't get too big. Drain off the water, and you can go ahead and store those gel balls in airtight containers for a couple weeks. Just never leave them inside the magazine. So speaking of the magazine, this is a non-powered magazine. So when you do fill it up, it's very important to prime it. So you're going to prime it by clicking that about 10 to 15 times till a gel ball pops out the top. Then you know you're good to go. When you're done playing, make sure you always ensure it's empty. Shake any out, even click that button, flick any out of the feed tube, and just leave it open somewhere when you store it. Don't plug it back in, just so it gets the chance to dry out. Battery magazine just plugs in right here. Release button right there. There's your mag well. Okay. Now let's talk about the battery. 500 mAh, 7.4 volt battery. And here's your USB charger. 4-pin connections here. Just plug this into 1 amp or greater AC adapter, charge it up, and you're ready to go. This is going to reside inside the buffer tube. Your buffer tube is going to come inside your stock. You just push this back to slide it off, and we'll put the buffer tube on now. So the harness is long enough to make it all the way through, so I advise putting the tube on and then just leaving the tube on and changing the battery from this end. So this one allows you, like I recommend, to go battery first and then plug in, harness in, and push it in, okay? That way you can grab that harness easy, and you can go ahead and change the battery easy. Now when it comes to putting the other stock on, the rest of it on, you're just going to push this, slide this down, and then line it up, and it'll go on. It'll lock in place, and then you can adjust it as you need, right? So I'll lock that in place there. Let's shoot it. Shooting good. If we flick it over here, you can manually shoot based off the charging handle as well. Put the barrel on. Barrel kind of lines up in a similar fashion, a couple notches, a couple grooves. Just get the barrel pointed into the hole. Click that in place. And again, once that's clicked in place, you don't need to be taking it off and on unless you're collapsing it down to travel, because that's just going to give it more opportunity to break. Slide your grip on here. Slide your scope on top. Those are just going to slide on, just kind of held on by tension. Got a couple different tips you could put on, either the suppressor slash silencer slash flash hider, or your just orange safety tip. And then you've also got these different iron sights that can slide on the top, or iron sight style flip down sights. So whatever you prefer when it comes to accessories. So we've got it all set up, ready to go. It's going to be fun to test this out, see what kind of FPS we're at. Again, it's HK-416 from VDD Toys. The link is in the description. Comments, questions, please post them below. Of course, please like, subscribe, and participate in all my contests. Going to try to do 2 per month for the summer of 2022.